This is Pod Populi, podcast for the people.
Welcome to Crystal Clear Mini Moments, hosted by Crystal Blackwell. I have a question for you. Are you chasing success or fulfillment? Are you chasing success or fulfillment? So let's kind of break down what it is. So these two can be looked at the same from the outside, but they feel very different from the inside. So we're going to unpack each one and what it looks like and start creating some of your crystal clear moments. So what is success? Let's define the difference. So success is often defined more of an external validation, like titles, money, accolades, promotions, appearances. And not that we don't want success. Everyone wants success. But again, the question we're answering is, are you chasing success or are you fulfilled or fulfillment? Fulfillment is more of an internal feeling. It's about alignment, your peace, your purpose. Are you making impact? Is it bringing you joy? So some questions you can ask yourself to start to define if you're chasing success or fulfillment is, and these are things you can ask yourself, as we go through this podcast or maybe afterwards. So you can jot this down. When was the last time you reached a goal and still felt empty? So think of a time where you reached a goal and felt empty. And I know I have. I can think of times when I was in corporate and I did really, really well, and I got accolades, I got an award, I got a trip, and all the things, that said you reached a goal. And I enjoyed it. I mean, it was great. Shared it with my family, just really enjoyed the financial part of it. But it still felt like, okay, this is good. I can do better, or I can do something different. So another question you can ask yourself is, are your goals rooted in your values or someone else's expectations? Are your goals rooted in your values? So if your values are, so an example of a value could be family, could be loyalty, your value could be integrity, your value could be love, or someone else's expectation. So success isn't bad, it isn't a bad thing. We all want to be successful, but it was not aligned with purpose. It can lead to burnout or disconnect. So if your success is not connecting with your purpose, it could lead to burnout. And I remember experiencing burnout in corporate where I was very successful, but it didn't connect with my overall purpose. Pieces of it align with my purpose, not my overall purpose. I didn't really go into burnout, but I do recall feeling some level of disconnect in terms of with the business, in terms of really, really leading my people at the level that I felt like I could have, because there was that disconnect. So here are some signs, a couple signs that you can look for to see if you're chasing success over fulfillment. So just check in and see, on your own, just do like a little self-assessment. So are you constantly achieving but rarely celebrating? Are you chasing success over fulfillment? Are you constantly achieving but rarely celebrating? That's one. Another one could be you look successful but you feel unfulfilled. Like you look the part, you smell the part, all the things, but you don't feel it. You say yes to impress others and no to what truly excites you. So you're the yes person. Yes, I'll take on that project. Yes, I'll take on that role. Yes, I'll be a member of that board. And you just do all of that. You're checking all the boxes, but nothing really excites you. And the other thing is you feel burnt out, but you keep pushing. You like being busy. Busy feels like you're progressing, like you're always busy. Now, let's talk about busy. We're all busy. There's all a level of busy for all of us. We all have a level of some sort of busy. But when you're busy and there's no progress that you can look at, you can measure, and busy should go, up and down. There should be seasons of busy, not all the time busy. So look at busy in terms of a length. Are you busy all the time, where you're up here, or are you up and down busy? And is it feel like progress? So those are some signs between chasing success over fulfillment. So here's a crystal clear mini moment for you. Just because it looks good doesn't mean it feels good. And if it costs you your peace, it is too expensive. I'm going to repeat this mini moment for you. Just because it looks good doesn't mean it feels good. I love this one. And if it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. So I don't know. Peace is very expensive. And if it costs you your peace, you need to let that go. So bye-bye. The other thing I want to dive into is what fulfillment really looks like. What does it really look like? So let's get real about it. Fulfillment isn't always glamorous, isn't always glorious. It's just about fueling your purpose and your joy and your peace. So it may not be sparkly, it may not glow, it may not be like all things that are shiny, all things that are shiny aren't gold, or however that saying is. It may not be that. So some real life examples of fulfillment, how it could show up. A woman leaves a 6-figure job to work at a nonprofit that really finally makes her excited. I met a woman at a fundraiser who did exactly that. She left a 6-figure, mid-6-figure Fortune 50 company at a C-suite level and went to work at a nonprofit for women. And she was incredibly happy about her decision. Dad turns down a promotion to be more present with his kids. I know for a fact my husband has done that, turned down promotion opportunity just to spend more time with us when our kids were growing up, and how incredibly grateful we were. But he did that with no regrets. So those are some of the things that you can gleam at or think about, as these are some examples if you're still not really sure what fulfillment really can look like. So here's some pillars of fulfillment. I love this one. I really, as I start digging into fulfillment, I start thinking about what are some pillars that we can share. Alignment. Your action reflects your values. Here's a question for you. Does your time and energy reflect what really matters to you? Does your time and energy reflect what really matters to you? Peace, the other pillar. You're not constantly at war with yourself or others. If you're battling yourself or you're battling others, it's not peaceful. And remember, we're talking about pillars of fulfillment, and peace is part of it. Impact. Your life and work feels meaningful, even in small ways, like meaningful acts, meaningful actions, meaningful steps in your life. Does it drive impact? And lastly, probably my favorite, this is my favorite, freedom. You make choices from clarity, not fear. Like, you're free to make choices from clarity because you want to be fulfilled. You're freed up. So here's a reflective moment, and you can practice this. You can do it now. You can, replay this podcast and do it later. But close your eyes and imagine a day that is filled with fulfillment. Just think about that day. It's filled with fulfillment. You are living your purpose. You're in your walk. Your gift is glowing. Not impressing others. Who cares? But deeply satisfying your soul. Like, no one's even seeing you do this. You could be working from home on a project by yourself. You could be writing a book. You could be working with someone on a one-on-one. They have no idea. This is something that you're doing. Imagine it, something that you're doing. Ask yourself, what are you doing? What is that picture showing in your head? Who are you with? Family member, a client, a friend, a spouse. Hey, how about yourself? That's your blueprint. That's your blueprint. So in closing, I would like to say, as your crystal clear mini moment, is take some time to reflect on one area of your life that looks really successful, but doesn't feel like you're fulfilling. but it's one step. What one step or what shift can you make to make that more fulfilling? What can you do? So in this episode, I spoke with you. Tag it, share it, think about it. But keep thinking about making your own crystal clear mini moments. And thank you for popping in. And I look forward to sharing more crystal clear moments with you in the future. Thank you. Yeah.